You're here. I've been waiting for you for so long. So long. So long. You are all such good kids. Fluttering wings. Complete insight.
Waning crescent! Futile effort!
A spark of inspiration! Fluttering wings. Well done, An. You can come back now. Thanks for your guidance. I rarely engage in joint operations with others.
How weird. Despite being closer to the sun, why is it colder here?
Because Tianchi Lake is surrounded by snowy mountains.
The days here appear as lengthy as those beneath Mount Tianshi. Otherwise, one might mistake the prolonged summer in this place for a harsh winter.
If it were indeed winter, the Tianchi Lake would be frozen, the Grandier River obstructed, and the Hans covered in ice. In that case, ascending Mount Tianchi would be impossible.
Shh. Keep your voice down. If your fellow clanspeople hear this, they might goad you into challenging me again during the winter.
Don't fret. No one from my clan would dare defy me. Speaking of which, why would a mere historian have the authority to tell you what to do?
A historian? Did I forget something again?
You'll have to figure it out on your own. I met a historian on my way here, and he employed me to urge you to think of a name.
Well, looks like I've forgotten everything about it. What is the name about?
He said it was kind of a national title. Your language can be quite troublesome.
Ah, I remember now. It was indeed an oversight on my part.
I'm surprised when he told me he simply couldn't start recording anything without that name. What exactly is that name about?
It's about everything. It's about you, me, your clan, my clan, the greater clan formed by our future generations, and the heavens, the earth, the mountains, the rivers, everything that traverses the seasons and is witnessed by the sun and the moon. In short, it's a name that encompasses everything we're seeing now.
Wow, that's quite a serious name. So, have you come up with it yet?
Yes, it shall be Xia, meaning summer. May this vast land forever flourish in greenery.
Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture. This is Singh from the Bureau of Oversight and Integrity. I'm currently conducting my daily inspections at Hydrological Observatory A38 in the main of the Grandeur River. I'll be sending the hydrological and meteorological data. Please analyze the data and deliver the report to the municipal government.
Understood. Please provide an adequate number of samples for analysis and comparison.
Sure. I'll personally oversee the operation.
I heard that once this quarter's inspections are completed, you'll be taking a whole month off, Secretary Ching?
Yeah, the work here is finally about to end. So I plan to take some time off and enjoy the Harvest Festival in September as a civilian.
Thank you for your hard work. By the way, here's a little gift for you.
What's this?
I snatched this yellow iris by the riverside. It's been blooming for more than a week without showing any signs of wilting, and its fragrance is intense. Hopefully, it will chase away some of your fatigue.
Did you just say you picked this flower by the river?
Yeah, why? What's up?
There are too many water striders out there.
Is something wrong?
I'll have to go to the riverside and see what's happening there. The river is just up ahead. Go there and take a look. I hope I was mistaken.
Isn't that Secretary...
I should head to the riverbank and take a closer look.
Saw you from afar and wondered if it was you. Are you here for an inspection today?
Yeah? What are you doing here?
Just fishing, but I haven't caught anything all morning. It's weird. The fish aren't biting lately.
By the way, there are so many ospreys here, so naturally there should be a lot of fish around.
Yeah, maybe they're the ones scaring away my fish. And there are so many insects too, but you know what? Those mosquitoes don't even seem to bite people anymore. Been sitting here all morning, and not a single mosquito bite on my leg. Sorry for the rambling. Don't forget about the calligraphy assembly at the square tonight. My old man is looking forward to meeting you there.
I'll see if I have time for that. Huh? What's with all these insects? Coward! Feels like my blade just hit an iron block. Used too much force. I can't control my strength when my mind is in turmoil. But seriously, why are there so many insects here? And what's with those clustered birds? Let's go over and take a look. Why is this osprey so aggressive? What's happening to these ospreys? Their feathers are blue, and their claws and beak are sharp and hard. Are they infected with some kind of contagious disease? I must hurry back to Weisha and report the unusual situation here. The subtle changes in the flower's appearance, the unusual clustering behavior, and those mutant insects and ospreys. That's not my imagination. No doubt this is caused by an anomaly. Again, my precious vacation is going down the drain. Instead, I'm looking at overtime. In light of the current situation, the chief executive has personally gone to Jiangyan Pavilion to report to his superiors. During his absence, the Bureau of Oversight and Integrity will be responsible for city management. Therefore, I'll be presiding over this meeting, and I ask for your cooperation as always. First of all, I'd like to ask for a briefing on the progress of our deployment since our last meeting. Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture, what's the current status of the crops?
To be frank, it's getting worse. According to our calculations, all types of crops should have started to mature long ago. However, the centralized agricultural system detects that wheat, sorghum, rice, and other ration crops remain stagnant in their growth phase, without any signs of sprouting ears. Oilseed crops such as soybeans, peanuts, and flax haven't yet produced seeds for oil extraction. Fruit trees such as apples, pears, and peaches experience successful pollination during the flowering period, but they haven't progressed beyond the end of that phase. all crops have stopped developing fruits, as if the growth process has come to a standstill. In addition, the drones managed by the centralized agricultural system have observed new symptoms on the crops.
What symptoms?
I've brought some photos here. Please take a look at them. As you can see, many crops are exhibiting an unusual greenish color on their surface. This color is not attributable to natural chlorophyll, but resembles a metallic rather than a biological coloration. On affected plants, this greenish tint behaves akin to a rust disease, spreading towards the unaffected parts of the plant.
Could this be a new plant pathogen?
That was our initial suspicion. However, it's not only the crops, but also some animals residing in the fields that are displaying these symptoms. While we have dealt with zoonotic diseases before, this is the first time we have encountered a plant-animal disease. The Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture currently lacks the means to identify cross-species diseases. So we collected samples and sent them to the Bureau of Health and Welfare for virus testing, but we haven't received any results yet.
Bureau of Health and Welfare. Have you discovered anything yet?
Well, just as Director Feng said, diseases affecting both plants and animals are exceptionally rare, and we need more time.
So, no results yet.
There will be results. We just need a little bit more time.
No progress in virus testing. Thank you for the report. Next question. Bureau of Treasury and Trade. How much do you predict our agricultural production will drop this year?
This issue is quite complicated, Secretary Ting. Since we are not directly involved in agricultural production, we are not aware of the details.
Please stay on topic.
Well, we can only give economic forecasts after the Bureau of Husbandry and Agriculture provides reports on crop maturity and acreage. However, they haven't provided such reports this year.
Now is not the time to pass the buck. I'm not blaming you. I need to understand the gravity of the situation facing Songlin City. I believe I've made myself clear. Please provide a concise answer.
Based on the information shared by Director Feng, we will have to make estimations based on the worst-case scenario. This year, our agricultural production will be only 3% to 7% of prior year's levels.
I understand. Songlin City plays a crucial role in Xian's agricultural production. And if we don't have a harvest, it will create a crisis for all of Xian. Director Feng, could you please provide an update on our grain reserves?
Our current reserves are enough to feed the people of Xian for 9 months. Together with the reserves in the rest of the country, we can sustain ourselves for 2 years without a harvest.
Bureau of Roads and Travel, what's the status of our transportation capacity?
Mobilization is not an overnight process. It involves multiple parties and numerous challenges.
What specific challenges are you talking about? Bring them up and we'll work together to address them.
First, there is a serious shortage of professional drivers.
Then why don't you communicate with the Bureau of Employment and Social Support? Any other problems?
We lack the funds to purchase enough vehicles for transportation.
That falls under the responsibility of the Bureau of Treasury and Trade. Go ask for additional funds from them.
But the annual budget is set at the beginning of every year. Even if I make a request, it'll likely be rejected, right?
So, in other words, you haven't even asked the Bureau of Treasury and Trade for additional funds.
No, that's not the case. According to regulations, the budget is approved at the beginning of each year, and the allocation.
Allow me to remind you, Director. I work in the Bureau of Oversight and Integrity, and I know the rules and regulations better than you do. Bureau of Treasury and Trade, has the Bureau of Roads and Travel ever informed you about the lack of funds?
No.
No, never. Why didn't you mention it, Director?
We will submit a formal application after the meeting.
Are there any other difficulties?
We haven't encountered such a large-scale demand for transportation capacity in many years. It requires coordination of water, air, road, and rail transportation. And we're still trying to figure out how to manage this.
Don't you have an emergency plan in place?
You know, the situation is too rare for us to have anticipated.
You may not have an emergency plan for total crop failure, but you should have a plan for a potential war, right? Or you don't have a plan for that either.
But we've been living in peace for decades.
During our last meeting, I emphasized that we must prepare for the worst. So, what exactly have you prepared for this meeting? Nothing at all? Let me ask you some questions. How many trucks do we have? How many freight trains? And how many cargo planes and ships? What is the capacity of each transportation method? How many of these vehicles can be deployed within 24 hours, within 7 days, and within a month? How many of these vehicles are equipped with refrigeration and insulation devices for transporting grain? For the vehicles without these capabilities, how long would it take to install them? Do we have enough drivers for all these vehicles? Do we have a plan in place for scheduling and providing financial subsidies for the drivers?
Well, we have limited manpower and capabilities. I apologize for our shortcomings.
My patience is wearing thin. The Bureau of Roads and Travel has shown laziness, cowardice, short-sightedness, and incompetence. Your laziness has delayed progress. Your cowardice has hindered collaboration with other departments. Your short-sightedness has prevented proper planning. And your incompetence gave you the audacity to deceive me. Do you think you can just get away with, "We have limited manpower and capabilities"? Your excuse holds no weight. The Bureau of Oversight and Integrity will submit an official report to the government, demanding accountability from the Bureau of Roads and Travel for impeding grain transportation. Bureau of Health and Welfare, your progress has been disappointingly slow. And Bureau of Treasury and Trade, you failed to fulfill your duties. Consider this a warning.
Director Feng, please say something to calm Secretary Ting down. We're being scolded all because of you.
Secretary Singh, our department bears the primary responsibility. We are to blame for the production issues. After all, other departments are assisting us in addressing the issue, and the purpose of this meeting is to find a solution as soon as possible. Let's all take a moment to calm down, for what they said holds truth. This dire situation is unprecedented and requires cooperation across departments and regions. We may even need to take guidance from the Well-Being Office in the future. You have any suggestions for the current situation?
Indeed. Now is not the time to blame anyone. I apologize. I got a bit carried away. Everything has a cause, and there are no such things as mysterious catastrophes. Therefore, I request all departments to assist in investigating the causes behind the unproductive crops. I need reports on meteorological and hydrological monitoring, analysis of soil and bedrock composition, data on the density and size of various ecological populations, as well as information on crop growth and the results of genetic sequencing. The cause must be somewhere within this data. Meanwhile, we must be prepared to deliver reserve grain to the other regions and be ready to take immediate action upon receiving orders from the Well-Being Office. Director Feng, based on the minimum requirements to ensure rations, How much reserve grain will we need to deliver once our total crop failure is confirmed?
I can't provide an exact figure at the moment, but based on my experience, a minimum of 40 million tons for the fall and winter seasons will be required.
Then let's use that number. 40 million tons will be the minimum required. Remember, numbers do not negotiate or compromise. So I hope everyone will do their best. No, I expect everyone to do their best. It lines up with our earlier assessment. This change is caused by anomalies. I lost my temper. After all, the staff at the Songli municipal government didn't have the means to solve the problem themselves. They haven't figured out what's really happening. Anger can cloud judgment. Looks like I still need to work on myself. After sorting this out, I'll practice calligraphy and reflect on myself. I've got to get back and... Huh? Why are there so many people gathered at the government?
Didn't expect so many people.
What can I do for you?
Oh, nothing much. Just want to ask if this year's Harvest Festival is still happening. The Bureau of Culture and Tourism hasn't started their usual promotions like they normally do by this time. Wondering if there are any changes. I'm planning to grab some stuff for the festival and make a profit. Just hope nothing major messes up my plan, you know?
You're saying there are issues with the irrigation area in Region I-362? That's on the north side, right?
Yeah, we grow rice there. According to the growth cycle, it should be sprouting ears by now. But this year, it seems to be growing unusually slow. Are crops in your area affected too?
Yeah, same here. I oversee the irrigation area in Region C29, and we're facing the same problems. That's why I wanted to check if there have been any climate changes this year.
Lately, the animals at the third breeding center have been losing their appetites. Is something wrong with the breeding environment?
Which animals are affected the most? Pigs, cows, or sheep?
All of them. That's why we suspect something might be wrong at the farm itself.
We're experiencing similar issues at the 7th breeding center. We specialize in poultry, and lately the hens won't lay eggs. They better do a thorough examination.
The sprinkler system in this block has been activated.
Whoa! Go away! Don't break my camera! Thanks a bunch. Thought I'd lose my scalp or, worse, my expensive lens. If anything happened to either, it would be a real pain in the wallet. It's hard to capture photos of such predatory birds in the city. so I got a bit too close.
Is what just happened a common occurrence?
Of course not. Ospreys in these parts are a rare sight, and they usually take off when people get too close. They rarely leave the wetlands because the city doesn't offer much prey for them. Plus, most of the ospreys around Sanglin City are used to humans. And seriously, we're way bigger than them, so I don't get why they attacked me.
Those birds are starting to cause a commotion.
These ospreys always gather around the sprinklers.
I wonder if the sprinklers make certain noises that attract birds.
They dare to cause trouble in front of a Weisha member? Great. Now I can finally release all the pent-up frustration from that silly meeting. Stealth! Huh? Why is the skin of these animals keep getting close to the sprinklers? Perhaps I should manually shut them down. Those animals are gathering. They seem to be attracted to the water from these sprinklers. Moreover, they appeared more aggressive after drinking the water. I must report this discovery to my peers immediately. Hey guys, I'm back.
Hey, Shing. Finished the meeting at the government?
Yeah, all the directors had a brief discussion and mapped out the current situation. Is Master Yuan Xuan here?
No, unfortunately. Master Yuan Xuan left.
Did he go to Tsingyu City?
Yes. Our early intelligence indicated that the anomaly originated there. As for why the anomaly spread to Sanglin City, we don't have any clues yet.
Since Master Yuan Xuan went there personally, the situation must be dire.
I don't have access to the details, but judging from the members Master Yuan Xuan took with him, the situation is indeed worrisome. I heard that Qingyu City is currently isolated from the outside world. Such a renowned city was suddenly isolated from the rest of the world. Our public media has been carefully blocking the information to prevent suspicion and panic among the common people. Not to mention that Master Yuan Xuan has taken a great number of our elite members.
How many people do we have here?
Basically, the ones you're seeing now. Before Master Yuan Xuan left, he left the matter of Sanglin City in your hands. We're at your disposal now.
I see. Thank you all for placing your trust in me. I'll share the information with everyone here. Firstly, our judgment was correct. The total crop failure is indeed caused by the anomaly. Secondly, we need further investigation to figure out the symptoms of the plants and animals. The government has entrusted the Bureau of Health and Welfare with the task, but honestly, they're hardly reliable. Here's the image and pathology data I got from the Bureau.
I'll do the imaging analysis.
I will conduct the pathology analysis.
The Bureau of Treasury and Trade will face significant financial challenges this year. We should be prepared for drastic market fluctuations.
I've been monitoring the market and economic indicators.
If you spot anything unusual, report to me immediately. Next, The Bureau of Roads and Travel has been slow on progress, and I've already reprimanded them. However, it'll take some time for them to actually do something.
We can mobilize transportation capacities from other regions through our channels.
Let's hold off on that for now. It's a task that falls within the capabilities of the Songlin municipal government, and we mustn't encourage their laziness or interfere too much with everyday society. However, we should still make preparations, and if the Bureau of Roads and Travel fails to fulfill their responsibilities, we will need to take action. Lastly, the symptoms indicate the possibility of a cross-species disease. If humans can also be infected, the situation will be much more severe than just a food shortage.
I'm monitoring all major hospitals. If I come across any patients with similar symptoms, I will report to you immediately.
Monitoring hospitals alone won't be enough. Once patients start arriving at hospitals, it means the infection has already spread. We need an emergency plan for a potential pandemic.
At what scale should we prepare?
The worst-case scenario? Assume that all of Songlin City is affected. By the way, have we received any communication from the Emaon with whom we lost contact 2 days ago? The information in their central database might help us trace the origin of this anomaly.
No, we haven't received any response from them. Their communication channel has been silent for 3 days. This is unprecedented. We have estimated the worst-case scenario. The Tower of Babel has been destroyed due to an event beyond MAN's capabilities, and the central database won't be able to provide any support during this crisis. Before we lost contact, John 10 received a message from them and went to Obed to investigate. We should expect to hear from her in the next few days.
When it rains, it pours. By the way, has Seer come back? It's been a while since I sent her out. I believe she has completed her task.
They told me to find out where the mutation came from, but they didn't give me any details. Am I supposed to search every nook and cranny of this place? Now I'm really ticked off. She made me follow those ridiculous rules, and now I'm running errands for her. Oh, just you wait, Sing. When I get back, I'll definitely demand a hearty meal. Sing said not to litter. But then again, my biology teacher said that the seeds and core can naturally decompose in nature. So if I just toss the core, is it littering or fertilizing the field? Whose advice should I follow now? Ah, forget it. There's no surveillance here. No one's watching anyway. stupid lizard?
Now this is a serious problem. If we can't resolve it before autumn arrives, Xi'an will face a severe crop failure. In that case, the food supply of Xi'an will be in trouble. Even if we manage to survive this year with our reserves, what will we rely on next year? We must not allow a recurrence of the devastating famine that struck the Western region 15 years ago. Everyone here, please uncover the truth and lift the crisis before the end of summer.
All right, enough talking. It's time to get to work. Let's start investigating the nearest module. In that 2 o'clock direction. Nothing seems out of the ordinary here. Let's look elsewhere. First is a storm of spear! so many farm animals gathered in this place.
Haven't you had enough of this nonsense? Stop right now! Retaliate! Lightning speed!
Ouch! That hurts! Even if we ignore the abnormal behavior of the livestock, what's wrong with these plants? Let's head to the hydroponic area. This looks bad. So many oxen and water lizards are gathering here.
Retaliate! Lightning speed! Lightning speed!
This is not a pet. Looks like I need to do some serious investigating here. Better not. Sing warned me about not tasting unknown stuff. Where are the people in charge of this area? Perhaps it'd be quicker just to ask them.
Haven't you had enough of this nonsense? Stop right now!
The hair, skin, muscles, and blood of the farm animals here all have a slight greenish tinge to them. Yeah, just like the color of this water. Well, I can't figure out what's going on here, so let's not dwell on it. I'll make a record of everything and report it to Sing later. If Sing finds out I've knocked out so many farm animals along the way, she'll probably give me a terrible lecture. Anyway, I should report to the person in charge here. It's not my fault, right? Those animals attacked me first, so I had to defend myself. Hey, is that a residence? Finally! The person in charge of this place must be there. I should go check with them. But before that, looks like I'll have to help the owner teach these unruly animals a lesson.
Burst of the storm of spear! Lightning speed!
What? Another bunch of them? Get rid of them quickly! I don't want to end up being blamed for the havoc they wreak!
Burst of the storm of spear!
End it all!
Continuing.
Full.
A spark of inspiration. No room for error.
These oxen are totally mutated. Were they really meant for plowing the land? Anyway, their horns and hooves look like metal crystals, and their bodies have undergone significant changes. They only seem to gather around when the sprinklers are on, as if they're drawn to the water itself.
Hey, who's causing all that ruckus outside? Oh, what are you doing in a place like this, little girl?
I'm here to check out this field.
Oh, so the government sent you here, and you took down all those oxen by yourself?
Yeah, you could say that. By the way, just so you know, your oxen attacked me first, and I knocked them out. I didn't kill them or anything.
I know. Something's been off with them lately. Look at their skin, all turned green. Must be some kind of disease. It's really bad, you know.
So, he can't see the greenish crystals on those oxen. He seems like an ordinary person. Things haven't been too peaceful around here lately, so an old man like you should just stay home.
I'd love to, but I'm in charge of this field. How am I supposed to just stay home? You've done a great job, to be honest. Dealing with all those beasts by yourself must be exhausting, right? Why don't you come to my place and have lunch?
Oh, you've prepared lunch? Then let's go!
Come, give it a try. It might not be fancy, but all the ingredients were grown here, fresh and good for you.
Mmm, it's so tasty.
Take your time and don't gobble it all up like that, little girl. I may not be wealthy, but you can eat as much as you want. I can tell you're not from the Zhengyin region. Where's your hometown?
I was born in the Western region. How'd you figure that out, old man?
As I thought. You're indeed from the Western region. It's been many years since there was a famine in Zhengyin region, but in the Western region, I saw many kids starving 15 years ago. People who have experienced famine and those who haven't, they eat differently. Starvation leaves a memory that seeps into your very bones. Even when you have enough food in later days, starvation sticks with you for the rest of your life and adds its flavor to every grain of rice you chew and every meal thereafter. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that bring back bad memories? Judging by your age, you must have been born during that great famine.
Yeah. You don't need to be sorry, old man. It wasn't your fault.
I know. But once you've seen a disaster like that, you'll never forget it. I just hope that no one will ever go hungry again in the land of Qian. However, the crops are growing noticeably slower this year, and I'm worried that if this continues, it'll affect the harvest in the fall. We might not even be able to hold the Harvest Festival.
Since you've been living here, old man, have you noticed anything unusual?
Well, everything is so messed up around here, you might as well ask me what's still normal. But if I were to investigate, I'd start with the Grandeur River. Usually when crops and animals get sick on a large scale, the first thing to suspect is the water source. After all, the entire sprinkler system in Sunglin City uses water from the Grandeur River.
The Grandeur River? Where are my notes? Oh, here they are. Let's see.
Take your time. I'll go get you some fruit.
Sure enough, the closer the animals are to the water source, the more intense their mutations become. I'm full now, old man. Thanks for treating me. Oh, and don't forget what I said. Just stay home. Huh? Who's this guy? The old man's son? Or his grandson? Whatever. Not important. I gotta get back and fill in Sang.